Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So yes, this video is about Wrangler. I've only made one other video about him, and that was when I came out and let everybody know that he was lying about having a daughter, and then I pretty much dropped it from there. I don't I've continued to keep up with everything going on with him. I don't specifically watch his channel, but I watch his videos on other people's channels, and it's just getting ridiculous. Like, and it's fine. I'm probably gonna lose subscribers by even doing a video on Wrangler, and that's okay. You know, it's your choice if you want to be here or not. It's your choice to watch the video or not. It's totally up to you. Just as it's my right to free speech to make this video about Wrangler, it's your right to stay or go. However, the thing with Wrangler is he didn't just lie about a few things in his life. He completely created this entire facade and ran with it. And then when the truth about him came out, he had one excuse after another. I have no problem admitting that I uncovered his identity and gave it to Dan. I am not afraid to admit that. It didn't take me too long to figure it out, since for some reason I'm the one he gave the most breadcrumbs as to finding his identity, giving me pictures and saying that they were pictures of his dead battle buddy, Michael Kaiser, with his battle buddy's child. And all I had to do was a reverse image search, and that's when I found his mugshots. That's when I saw that, the crimes that he committed were, of recent, within the last 2 years, which would pretty much prove that this was not a dead battle buddy. It was him. So, yeah, I've been so busy with work that I just really haven't had the time or the energy or the motivation to even make a video. But he's lying again. Like, now he's claiming that he invented that whole character and that it was who he thought he wanted to be. So basically, what he's saying is he invented the character of Stolen Valor, that it was an invented character, when in actuality, he is Stolen Valor. In actuality, he is a felon. In actuality, he is still facing 5 felony charges. He's going to court for that. And yes, in actuality, he is the only suspect ever in a capital murder charge. But he doesn't want his followers to know that. And I'm thinking maybe some of them were figuring it out, so he had to hurry up and say something. So he comes out with, oh, this was just a character that I decided to play. Wrong. It's you. You can't fake any of this. You can't keep lying about this. The only way you could prove that you were telling the truth about your military service is to just show your DD-214s, and you have yet to even do that. Instead, he shows some really bad faked VA awards letter, which even I looked at and within a second of reading it knew it was completely falsified. I didn't serve in the military myself, but I did live 24 years as an Army brat and then 4 years as an Army wife. So I lived 28 years out of my 48 years in the Army. I can tell if a VA awards letter is real or fake. And the minute he showed his, it was fake. I knew it. Everybody who has any experience in the military knew it was fake. But he's still doing it. That's the problem, is he's been caught, he's been called out on it, but he's still doing it.
You guys. And then I started meeting his victims. I started getting contacted by people in Meade County, Hardin County, a couple of law enforcement officers in Indiana. And I started getting contacted, and I started getting in touch with her victims. I'm sorry, her ex-husbands. And I got to tell you, and when I started learning about them, I got to tell you, it wasn't just about money. It wasn't content. It wasn't making videos. It wasn't making money. It was about every place they go, they literally create victims.
So, Wrangler, let's just get this straight. You're okay stating that Chris creates victims wherever he goes and talking complete shit about him. But yet you won't discuss the truth with your subscribers about all of your victims. Like, have you discussed with them how many elderly people's homes you broke into to steal their pain medicine? Or the disabled Marine vet that you broke into his home, stole his PS3 and his firearms, and then, well, you are and have always been the only suspect in his murder. You only got off by a technicality. And do they know that this charge can be brought back up at any time? Why do you go after Chris so hard when you are worse than he is? You are 100% worse than he is. You have created more victims than he has. You've created more victims than most of these frauditors out there. And then you want to talk about content and say that you didn't do it just for money. It's the only reason you do it is for money. You have been obsessed with subscriber count since day one. It's all you ever speak about. That behind the scenes, that's all you've ever spoken about. You would text me several times a day, every single day. Hey, sis, look at my subscriber count. It went up. Look, sis, I got more subs. Look, sis, look at my sub count. That's all you care about. And then when you attack another content creator, one you don't like because they have stated the truth about you, the only thing that you bring up in the argument is subscriber count. Like, you told me that my channel is dead. My channel is dead only because I don't have as many subscribers as you. Well, see, here's the thing, Wrangler. I can sleep well at night knowing that 100% of my subscribers are real, living, breathing human beings. And I didn't pay for even one of them. You cannot say the same thing. You took Chili's little trick and you've been doing it yourself. You cannot honestly say that your subscribers are 100% human beings and not paid for. You can't say it. But then again, you do lie consistently. So I don't know. Your content is crap. I don't know why you keep talking about your great content. There's no substance to it. There's no research behind it. You don't try to debunk, what these people are saying about the law. And if you do try to debunk it, you're giving your opinion to it. You don't bother researching it. You don't show your research to it. Nothing. The only thing you do is hate bash, name call, and talk shit about people's appearances. That is the only thing your channel is about.
They've never, ever made one video, not done one live stream where they're being honest, where they're being genuine, they're being legit. Not a one. It's always some effing conspiracy against them. It's these people in 3 different jurisdictions have gone back 30 years, and through the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of the government in those jurisdictions. And they have committed all of these federal crimes to put me in jail for 30 days. Man, knock that shit off. Because I'm telling you, in order for that to have happened, you're talking about these people, these men, these women at these stages in their life would be collecting their pensions by now. And you think that these people, these educated, professional people, are going to jeopardize their families, their homes, their pensions, and risk 30 years in federal prison to put your ass in jail for 30 days? Think about that for just a second. I'm not buying it. Do I believe that we have corrupt officials in our country? That we have corrupt elected officials, corrupt cops, corrupt judges? Yeah, we do. It's not a matter of if we do. We do. Okay, look. That's all there is to it, because no system is perfect. All right? Human beings are not perfect. Therefore, imperfect people are going to get inside of imperfect systems.
Like, I know you live stream high off your ass a lot of times. Are you high right now? Like, because nothing you said made any sense. Not even a little bit of sense. Holy crap, Wrangler.
But look, guys, when I started this channel, I started it and I made a lot of mistakes. You know, I was completely anonymous. You didn't see my face. You didn't know my name at first, and I didn't realize others had actually known my name, and and I let So when I started this, the guy that was talking to you all, that was a character at first, and it was who I was wanting to be, because at that stage in my life,
Wait, okay. Let me get this straight. Okay. I can't even say it with a straight face. So you are saying when you started your channel a year ago as Michael Kaiser, it was a complete character that you made up. So you're saying that lying about having a daughter, lying about owning 2 houses, lying about having a dead battle buddy, lying about being in the service 13 years, lying about being a combat vet, lying about being shot while in combat. What else? I mean, there was so many lies that went on, and most of it was your military service. And I say military service in quotations because you have 0 military service. But you're literally now going to say that that was just a character that you made up. So this is how you're going to justify being a stolen valor? Really? This is the most pathetic excuse I've ever heard from anybody. That you are trying to cover your lying ass over being stolen valor by now claiming it was just a character that you made up, and that it was because it was somebody you thought you wanted to be. I mean, we all know now that you wanted to be G.I. Joe and you couldn't cut it twice. You failed basic training twice. You combined only did 1/3 of the amount of time you're supposed to be in basic training. We all know it. We've seen the DD-214s. We've seen all the paperwork. It's just fascinating. It's fascinating. Like, did it take you 8 months really to come up with this bullshit excuse that all of this was just a character you made up? Oh wow. Like, I honestly couldn't believe it when I first heard you say it. I still can't believe it. But this is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard.
I was coming off being a year sober, and I still just kind of wanted to be anybody else but myself. All right. I let my ego get past my decency, my common sense, my morality, and I made mistakes. And one of the mistakes that I made, am I a disabled veteran? Yes, I am. Am I a combat veteran? No, I'm not.
Sorry to burst your bubble there, Wrangler, but you are not a disabled vet at all. And it's easy to look up and find out if you're a disabled vet or not. Now, some may consider you a vet because you did enter basic training, even though you did not finish it. You did less than 30, or I think it was less than 3 weeks the first time and less than 30 days the second time. So technically, you didn't even do a full 2 months of basic training with your 2 times of going to basic training combined. I know lots of people who went to basic training and ended up being discharged medically in basic training and proudly say they do not consider themselves veterans because they didn't even graduate basic training. Regardless, you are not a disabled vet. You got hurt in basic training. I still don't know how. I'm hearing rumors that, well, you were stung by a bee and you ended up having to leave. We all know that you were never shot in the shoulder or the back or anything like that in combat. You were never in a Humvee going 70 miles an hour when an RPG hit it and stopped it immediately. That never happened either. All lies that you have told. We also know that you were never an MP. You never went to MP school. You were never a ranger. You never went to ranger school. You never went to airborne academy. Like, none of that is true. And you have stated this and you have continued to state it. It wasn't that very long ago that you were talking about your time in MP school. You never went to MP school because, Wrangler, here's the thing. You have to graduate basic training. You have to graduate basic training to go to MP school, to be a ranger, to do really anything. You have to graduate basic training and then you move on to AIT. I don't understand where people are not realizing this when they're told you never graduated basic training. It makes no sense. You are not a disabled vet. No matter how many times you try and say you are not a disabled vet.
And that was part of who I wanted to be, was more like my father and my grandfathers. And that was my F up. You know?
No, your F up was lying about a military service that you never lived. You didn't graduate basic training both times that you went. You were never a ranger. You were never an MP. You never went into combat. You never shot a 14-year-old Afghanistani boy. You lied about your entire military service, the entire thing. Let's not forget the 2 Purple Hearts you claimed that you had. You never had those either. The with the injury to your shoulder, that was you literally shooting yourself in the shoulder to manipulate your ex-wife into not leaving you. That was not a combat injury. No injuries on you were combat injuries. And I'm pretty sure whatever injury you did get when you were in basic training, you did to yourself because you couldn't hack it and you wanted out. I wouldn't be surprised if whatever injury you sustained in basic training, I wouldn't be surprised if it was not self-inflicted, because that's just the type of person you are.
Y'all know about every crime I committed. You know, the only two things everybody on YouTube doesn't know about me is my endowment and how old I was when I lost my virginity. That's pretty much the only two things about me not on YouTube. But I gotta tell you, you know, I didn't, and then when I came out here in front of y'all, and it was me, it was my name, I gotta tell y'all, it made me start acting not like the person that I thought I wanted to be. It made me start acting like the man I wanted to be. The man that's sitting in front of all of y'all right this second.
So basically what you're saying is, when you got caught with all your lies, trying to be somebody you were not, with the whole military service and everything, you decided to go ahead and be your natural self, which is a pathological liar, a racist, a sexist, just a downright disgusting person. You think it's okay to talk really bad about women's genitals and their body weight and their appearance. But yeah, have you looked in the mirror lately, Kaiser? I mean, you're literally puking in your mouth during live streams and swallowing it. You have no teeth in your mouth at the bottom. Like, you have no respect for your subscribers who come and watch you live stream. None at all. If you did, you'd sober up while you're on live stream. You'd put some teeth in your mouth and you would stop vomiting in your mouth and then swallowing it live. You are disgusting.
And fair enough, 98. Fair enough. But like I said, my screw ups aside, I don't mind owning up to my screw ups. I'm not perfect and I don't try to pretend to be.
Then come on out already and admit to all of your subscribers you've lied about a military service. You lied about being in MP school or a ranger or airborne. That all you did was fail basic training twice, that you were never active duty, you couldn't pass basic training. Be honest about it. Stop lying to everybody about military service, and then be honest about your criminal record.
But having said that, and you can ask Kimmy this, you can ask K4 this, you can ask JJ this. I literally do my absolute damnedest to make sure I do something on a daily basis
which is come online several times a day, every day, lie to everybody, and pretend like you are somebody you're not. Congratulations. You wake up every day to be a complete and utter douchebag. Anyway, so there's my video on Wrangler. There was so much more I wanted to say, but just, I don't know. There's so much. And I'm trying to keep this video under 30 minutes. Um, the like I said, the main reason I did this is he's still continuously lying about a military service that he never had. I do care. I come from a military background. My father is retired. He's a retired tank commander. I mean, this is it's ridiculous how he disrespects our veterans, especially our disabled veterans, by calling himself a disabled veteran. It's just disgusting. His lies, the way he talks about it. He covers Chris and talks such crap about Chris, talking about Chris breaking the law and doing this and Assemble breaking the law and Chili breaking the law. But guess what? He is still facing right now 5 felony charges that he's more than likely going to go to prison for. But he doesn't want his subscribers to know that. He doesn't want to talk about that with them. He doesn't want them to know that he's lying about a military service. But yet he wants to call other people out on stuff. It just, that's what pisses me off. Now he's going to come at me and he's going to do it with the same 3 things he always does. Well, actually 4, because he still claims that I don't have systemic lupus. And you know what? Yeah, Mandy lied about her lupus. I'm going to tell you one thing about having lupus. Anybody who really has lupus does not consistently talk about it, does not make it part of their channel or their videos or their live streams. They don't want to talk about it because it's not something you want to talk about. You may tell people about it here or there, but it's not, you don't make it who you are. And you wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. This is something that you suffer with on a day-to-day basis. And by the way, Wrangler, Jerry's kids had nothing to do with lupus. So I don't know where you're getting that from, but it just proves that you are severely uneducated and unintelligent. He's also going to come at me about the one arrest that I've had in my entire life, where I made the poorest decision of my life and I stole food from Walmart. I got caught, I went to jail, I went to court, and I suffered the consequences. I suffered, my family suffered. It is something I will forever regret. I will always be embarrassed of, and I will never ever repeat. The difference between Wrangler and I is I will never repeat what I did. And he has been breaking the law since 2012, or actually before 2012. But everything he's already been to prison for, he has continued to do, plus some. So come at me all you want for my one arrest. I really don't care. I mean, if that's literally all you have on me. What, a couple traffic infractions? Oh my God, because I'm the only one to ever have a traffic infraction. And then there's the fact that I married my husband, who is a convicted murderer. Yes, he will come at me for that as well. But Wrangler, really? You have no leg to stand on with that one. I didn't commit that crime. I had nothing to do with that crime. However, you got off on a capital murder charge because of a technicality within paperwork. Yeah, you can't say shit about my husband when you yourself have done the same. So come at me all you want. I really don't care because you have really nothing to stand on when you come against me. All it's going to prove is how dumb you are, anyways. Because again, you're going to come at me for my one arrest when you have a lengthy criminal record. Tell me how that goes when you go to court. I'd love to hear how that really goes because I don't know. Even if you get off on this, you'll probably just continue doing it anyways because that's just who you are. You are a vile human being. And I don't regret knowing you because, I now can spot a stolen valor faster than I ever could before just because of you. So thank you. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Be safe. See you guys later.